Hi-ho, this is Tony with the Jeep Talk Show, and just like you, I'm listening to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast with Nikki G.
Episode 69. Ho 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 Part 2. Hello and welcome to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Nikki G. I'm here to inform, entertain, and delight you with all things off-road for the next 10 minutes or so. Why 10 minutes? Well, that's about 7 minutes more than I need. And what kind of joke did you expect on episode 69? You can listen to the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Overcast, Breaker, CastBox, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Stitcher. But never on iHeartRadio or Pandora, because they're bitches. You can contact the 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast at 10minuteoffroad@gmail.com. That's 10minuteoffroad@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on our very many YouTube videos, which is just pictures of me going through the woods while you're listening to this podcast. Nothing special. You can follow 10 Minute Off-Road Podcast on all the social media platforms that I choose to ignore, such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, but never on TikTok, because TikTok is, well, there's a Chinese joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to say it. All right, before we get started, I'd like to thank Anchor for sponsoring this podcast, for hosting this podcast. If you're thinking about doing a podcast, and everybody should do at least one or two podcasts, and if you got something to say, make a podcast. Somebody will probably want to hear it. If not, it's therapeutic. Anyhow, Anchor hosts this podcast, and it doesn't cost me a dime. This is all free and off the cuff. I do not spend one penny on this production, and it shows. Believe me, it shows. I do not make one penny on this production, and I know. Believe me, I know. All right, so moving right along, the holiday seasons it's almost coming to a close by the time you hear this. Last show we talked about cheap and inexpensive Christmas gifts, and I want to go on with that theme. Inexpensive Christmas gifts for your off-roader in your life? Here's a secret. Ladies, listen closely. This is what you need to do. Go to Walmart or Harbor Tool and Freight or any sporting goods store and buy a .50 caliber ammo can. They have plastic ones, but the metal ones are good. They're about $15 at the most. I've seen them from $10, $15. Or you can go to an Army Navy store and get a used one, which, you say used, but it's got character. If you go to Walmart, they're in the sporting goods section on the same aisle where the gun case used to be when Walmart used to sell guns. I think some Walmarts do, but the ones by me, they don't even sell ammo. They got BB guns and airsoft rifles in the case. It's very sad looking. But anyhow, on that aisle, there's the ammo can. Buy yourself an ammo can. While you're in the sporting good aisle, buy a box of 22 long rifle bullets. Or rounds, as we'd like to call them, or ammo. Because I don't know a guy that doesn't own a 22 rifle. And we could always use some bullets to plink at things. If you know for a fact that your significant other doesn't have a gun, then skip that. But while you're in a sporting goods place and you're getting a box of ammo, go ahead and get a pocket knife or a multi-tool, which is like pliers that turn into little stabby things. A flashlight, a good rechargeable flashlight, not one that takes batteries, because we never seem to have batteries when we need them. And you can go ahead and fill the ammo can with all this stuff. So you put your flashlight and anything else in the sporting goods section you think you might need, like maybe some new utensils, whatever, rain poncho, whatever you think you might need. Get done with the sporting goods department. Walk next to the tool and hardware. Buy them a set of pliers, because we always can use pliers. And then moving on into the automotive department, get a can of PB Blaster and or a can of Brake Clean, because those are two things we always use a lot of. Put them in the ammo can. Now there's a ton of stuff you can get, like a thermos and some tin cups. That probably won't fit in the ammo can, but just put them in your buggy. Go to the food section or the groceries, pack of nabs. And if you don't know what nabs are, they're the peanut butter crackers, Lance peanut butter crackers. Yeah, remember the old "I got Lance in my pants" slogan? Oh my God, that was horrible. Couldn't do it this day and age with all the homophobic rhetoric that's going around. Pack of nabs, maybe a can of tuna fish, whatever they like to snack on. Beef jerky. Beef jerky's great. Fill up the ammo can with stuff, wrap it up, put it under the tree. It'll be a hit. If you have a child that wants to shop for daddy or soon-to-be daddy or whatever, if you have a child that would like to shop for the man, give them an ammo can and let them put in it what they think the off-roader would enjoy. It'll be a hit. They will thank you so much, because not only do you use all the stuffs in it, we always want ammo cans. We always find stuff to put in ammo cans. I have a million of them. I've given them out before. I've done this very same trick. Ammo can aside, go on eBay or Amazon and buy Molly pouches. Mollee. They're pouches and bags with little straps on it that you could clip and weave onto a Molly surface. It's a military thing, but I don't know a guy yet that off-roads that doesn't have a Molly panel on their vehicle somewhere, or some type of Molly panel where they can put this stuff on. They're easy to make. I made mine out of a dog kennel. Anything with square bars, I guess, or holes you could use. They make ready-made Molly panels for the real fancy people. Molly pouches are a good idea. Lanterns and flashlights are always good. I think we mentioned that last time. And then, of course, nice fuzzy socks and warm clothing. You know, we could always use... I know guys really... We kind of pretend we don't enjoy clothing, but we do. Get us a t-shirt. Get us a hoodie. We love it. We're not too keen on scarves and mittens. But, yeah, whatever you give us, we'll take. Old refrigerator boxes. We love to play with old refrigerator boxes, too. Get us an old refrigerator box. We love to make forts out of it. Another good item to get is a camp shower. Now, they're about $20. It's just a black plastic bag that you fill with water and you leave on top of your vehicle. And the sun heats it up, and it has a shower nozzle, so you can just kind of like shower yourself off, rinse yourself off. That's always a good idea. And that's something we, wouldn't really think of ourselves. Because, when we're out in the woods, taking a shower and hygiene is kind of on the back seat. We don't like to think about it too much. Camera and recording gear. GoPros. We love GoPros. I never thought I would use a GoPro, and I got one for Christmas, and I gotta tell you, it was about a year before I used it. And now GoPros are out almost every week. I'm using a GoPro. I have several GoPros, and I use them all the time. Still have the first Hero 3 that the kids gave me years and years ago that I never used for about a year, because I'm not going to use a camera. And then all of a sudden I'm hooked on it. I got a fake GoPro that's like $30. I call it my Faux Pro. It's actually listed as action camera. And then I have a GoPro Hero 7 that I use quite a bit. And I have a cell phone, an old Samsung cell phone that I use a lot to record most of my stuff on. The kids got me a camera last year. If the quality on it wasn't that good, I still have it. I use it for sacrificial shots. But, they try. And I appreciate it. And I tell you, if they give me a nice camera, I would use it. If they give me a crappy camera, I would use it. It's great for taking shots. You put a camera that you don't care about on a selfie stick and hold it out in the middle of the trail when someone's driving by. You get great shots, and you don't have to worry about ruining an expensive camera. You do have to worry about freaking out the driver when you stick a camera in front of their vehicle. But I've left cameras on the dirt in the middle of the trail, posed on rocks. I've got some awesome shots of the underside of vehicles going over, and I've got a few shots of vehicles hitting my camera. Well, that's a podcast for another story. All right, until next time, this is Mickey G wishing each and every one of you a happy holiday season full of cheer and joy. Pass it on to other people. Be happy. And as always, wheel what you got and be happy.